Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at Star Wars Visions, original trailer from Disney+. We have two versions here. We've got a Japanese version and we have an English version. We're going to look at the Japanese version first because anime, and then we'll look at the English version. I am a Star Wars fan, not super hardcore like I read all the, books and whatnot growing up, which aren't even canon anymore, but I did watch the films religiously. So, here we go.
何百年も前のことよ。ジェダイいう偉大な戦士がこの星にやってきて、うちの祖先がこの宝刀を託される。その刀は常に全力で支え合う。そいつはお前のもんじゃ。
That's so pretty. Ooh.
This is dope already. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh. Oh shit.
Wow. Oh my god, I'm hyped for this.
この時を待っていた。
Wow.
このような闇と初めて対峙した。闇を感じた。
What the hell?
いつかちゃんと家族になれるから。
最高のライブにしよう。
Oh, I am all in.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
謹んでお受けします。
Oh.
Yo.
Wow.
Yo, that is crazy. I am all goddamn in. I am all in. That is nuts. I haven't been this excited since the Animatrix.
I know, it was totally giving me Animatrix vibes, and I'm loving that there's all like different types of animation. And the one that stands out to me, obviously, because I'm a Hayao Miyazaki fan, so the one that looked more like Miyazaki and like that cuteness and sweetness combined with the Star Wars world and universe, I'm like, yeah, that looks really cool. But I also really liked the one which was more like black and white looking with the splashes of red.
Yeah.
So like starkly different. And I'm digging that there's a whole bunch of different styles and stories here for us to watch.
Yeah, I just love the inherent idea of taking the Star Wars world and applying the anime perspective on that.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what can you do?
Yeah, it's just totally different, and it's something I don't feel like we've seen before. That it's like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, why haven't we done this a long time ago? Like, this is duh. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Let's look at the English version right quick. I feel like the Japanese voices, though, that was pretty rocking.
The narrator's voice right at the top, I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, that was working for me.
Long ago, a great warrior came to this village and entrusted our ancestors with this. Its power and
I love that.
responsibility now lie with you.
It was very
I like
smart
the-
of them to do both the Japanese and the English version of this.
Yeah, because some people are just not into subtitles. I'm digging the music too.
That shot right there.
Guided by the Force since you were born.
At last, the moment arrives.
It's the first time I've confronted such darkness.
I like that voice. So
Something
stylish.
ancient and sinister.
Like this.
That's crazy.
We're going to be a proper family.
Aww.
Okay, so no shade at the English voices, but the Japanese voices are the way to go for me. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna watch this personally. It just worked. There's something about that, and that's the way I'm going to watch this.
Yeah, 100%.
I wonder if
100%.
Japanese people feel the same way. I wonder if they're like, I like American voices better.
No, I've spoken to my Japanese friend, and because she invited me to watch something, a Hayao Miyazaki festival thing, and she was like, "But we're watching the Japanese version with subtitles because I can't stand to watch it with English dubs. It sounds
There you go.
stupid to me."
I'm sure all of you guys are just as excited as we are.
Yeah, it's dope.
I'm floored.
Yeah.
I feel like we needed this a long time ago, but better late than never, right? I mean, this gives me something to look forward to in September, late September. This is super exciting again, just to echo what we kind of mentioned earlier, because like the Animatrix thing. After watching that, I was actually hoping we were going to get more of that stuff instead of it just being this random one-off thing. And I hope that this is so dope that it inspires the folks at Disney to continue making more of it, because I think it could be super cool to have like a running series, kind of like what they have now with the Clone Wars. It could be cool to have like more of these stories told with the eye of the anime creators,
Yeah, totally. And who knows, there might be some really cool characters that we just want to keep hanging out with. Maybe they'll get their own spin-off series or something like that, because like the style does look really interesting. Some of them seem to be just like cuter than others. Some of them are more mature. So I'd be interested to see the direction that they take it in.
Yeah, furthermore, I'm sure this question's already being asked, but or it may have been answered already. Is this part of canon? Like, is this part of like the greater lore of Star Wars, or are these just like one-off things that don't really have an effect in the grand scheme of things, but they're just super cool and it's for the fans?
Yeah, kind of like maybe a what if, except I guess what if does kind of influence the MCU, whereas maybe if this doesn't and it doesn't become canon, it's just like, oh, this is a cool alternative thing.
Yeah. I don't mind if it doesn't have any effect on canon whatsoever. If it's not canon, I don't care. Like, it's just cool to know.
Yeah.
But if they're just one-off stories, if it's just its own thing, its own lane, I don't mind that at all. I think that could actually be even better, because then it doesn't have to adhere to any story principles that have already been outlined before or anything like that. It's just its own thing, borrowing from the rules and ideas of the Star Wars universe, and not necessarily having to go, okay, we got to fit it into this like little puzzle piece over here. It's just its own cool, dope-ass story told in a very dope-ass style.
Yeah, and the style here is the thing that's standing out the most, right? It's like, what can you do with the anime style? How can you make it cooler? What other things can you do with the fight scenes and the characters and the way you tell the story?
I think that's something that fans have been craving for a very, very long time. And if you go back and watch Star Wars Episode 2, in that one, during the war sequence, there was this shot where it kind of crash zoomed on some of the clone troopers inside of the, I don't know what the things are called, I'm sorry, but like it's during the war, it's like they're flying around and stuff, and the camera did a couple of crash zooms throughout the fight. And everybody watching who pays attention to that stuff knew that wasn't George Lucas, because that's not a George Lucas thing.
Right.
Someone in his team came up with that, and everybody who saw that loved it. They're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, we're not used to seeing that in Star Wars. And ever since then, it's like I've always wanted to see creative camera work in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, even with the new installments from the last several years, you didn't really see a heck of a lot of cool creative stuff. Like, this is the kind of thing I've been craving from Star Wars, or in a Star Wars story, for a very long time, and I sort of gave up on it just because we never saw it. And it's like, this gives me hope again, because if you watch A New Hope, if you watch like the video game cutscenes, I think it's made by Blur Studios, some of the best Star Wars camera work, best Star Wars fight scenes you've ever seen, ever.
Right.
Blur Studios, I think it's Blur Studios. It's just amazing. It's all cutscenes for the game. And it's like, how come we can't have movies or stories told in this fashion?
Right.
And then here you got this. It's like, finally. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait. And I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.